Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. B and Amp. B spoilers. Carter's chakra hint, Steffy and Amp. Hope's feud finally healed. The Bold and the Beautiful, B and Amp. B spoilers reveal that in the Wednesday, November 20th, 2024 episode, Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, mentioned chakras. Carter talked about maybe Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, should work on her chakras to get over the Forrester-Logan rivalry. Could that have actually been a big hint? Could Steffy and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, be the next ones to get their chakras healed? Keep reading and let's talk about what could happen next in the CBS soap opera. B and Amp. B spoilers reveal that everyone was shocked over Hope's termination from Forrester Creations. Carter and Hope have found something in common as both are unhappy with Steffy's business decisions. At the same time, Hope was warned. Whether or not she was trying to seduce John, Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, really doesn't matter. Hope's line was failing, and she would have lost it anyway. While Hope is devastated over her loss, Carter is also fuming. Carter is not only angry for Hope, but feels his ideas are being dismissed. That has led Carter and Hope to come up with a very risky scheme. During the episode that aired on Wednesday, November 20th, 2024, Carter gave a bit of a hint of what could eventually come next. Carter suggested that maybe Steffy should get her chakras healed. Carter also let Steffy know that the Logan vs. Forrester feud was stupid and ridiculous. Glad someone finally said it. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Taylor credits the chakra healing for treating her broken heart syndrome. It seems a lot of pent-up emotions were released that Taylor found healing. I won't comment on the straddling part as that was a bit ridiculous. However, Taylor keeps mentioning how surprised she is at the positive effects of the chakra healing sessions. As a psychiatrist, Taylor might find it helpful for her patients to learn more about chakra healing. There are also Taylor's comments about both Hope and Steffy. While Taylor keeps saying Hope has turned into Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, she's also concerned about her own daughter. Taylor has mentioned that Steffy has to let go of the reunion dreams, and she's happy on her own. Perhaps Carter was hinting at what is to come. Could Taylor step in and do some chakra healing for Hope and Steffy? Will Hope and Steffy finally find true healing and forgiveness? It would be a heck lot more interesting than the repeated feuds and love triangles. B and Amp. B spoilers. Carter's chakra hint, Steffy and Amp. Hope's feud finally healed. The shimmering Los Angeles skyline served as the backdrop for yet another day of drama and reconciliation at Forrester Creations. But today, a different energy buzzed through the halls, a feeling of transformation, as though years of tension were finally on the cusp of resolution. Carter's enlightenment moment. Carter Walton, usually the embodiment of calm professionalism, had recently taken up meditation and chakra balancing, a new practice inspired by his growing interest in personal wellness. It had started innocently enough, with a yoga class here and a mindfulness seminar there, but it wasn't long before Carter found himself intrigued by the ancient art of aligning one's energy. As he sat in his corner office, surrounded by candles and the faint aroma of sandalwood, Carter was in deep contemplation. A new revelation had hit him, one that he felt could ripple out and transform the lives of those around him. Specifically, he'd been reflecting on the palpable tension between Steffy Forrester and Hope Logan, a rivalry that had endured for years and cost them both dearly. Their clashes, often rooted in love triangles and corporate battles, had left emotional scars not only on them but also on those caught in the crossfire. Liam Spencer, Finn, Brooke, and Ridge, all had been collateral damage in the ongoing war. But Carter, in his meditative state, began to see their feud through a different lens. What if the answer wasn't in talking, scheming, or arguing, but in energy itself? Balance the root chakra, and the foundation strengthens, Carter murmured to himself, remembering the words of his spiritual guide. He realized that both Steffy and Hope were fighting not just each other but themselves, their insecurities, fears, and traumas. If he could somehow guide them to heal those wounds, the ripple effect could be groundbreaking. Steffy's breaking point. Meanwhile, across the Forrester campus, Steffy was in no mood for enlightenment. Her latest argument with Hope had left her frustrated and emotionally drained. While they'd recently tried to call a truce for the sake of their families, the old wounds kept reopening. Finn, ever the supportive husband, tried to console her. Maybe this fight isn't about Hope at all, he suggested gently. Steffy scoffed, crossing her arms. Of course it is. She always plays the victim while acting like the hero. It's exhausting, Finn. But as the words left her mouth, Steffy felt a pang of doubt. Was Finn right? Was there a deeper reason she couldn't let go of the rivalry? Across town, Hope was having a similar conversation with her mother, Brooke Logan. I don't know what it's going to take, Mom, Hope admitted. Steffy and I have been fighting for so long, I don't even know if we know how to stop. Brooke, ever pragmatic, offered a knowing smile. Sometimes, healing starts when you let go of the need to be right. Maybe it's not about who wins, Hope. Maybe it's about both of you finding peace. The unexpected intervention the next day, Carter decided it was time to act. He invited Steffy and Hope to a private meeting under the guise of discussing a Forrester Foundation project. Both women, wary but intrigued, reluctantly agreed. When they arrived, they were surprised to find Carter's office transformed. The harsh fluorescent lights were replaced with soft, ambient lighting, and the room was filled with calming scents and soothing music. In the center of the room was a low table adorned with crystals and chakra charts. What is this? Steffy asked, arching an eyebrow. It's not what you think, Carter replied, holding up his hands in a gesture of peace. This isn't about business, it's about healing. Hope looked skeptical. Healing? Carter, with all due respect, we've been down this road before. Therapy sessions, family interventions, they never work. Because you've always focused on the external, Carter countered. But the real problem isn't out there, it's inside. Both of you have been holding on to so much pain, anger, and resentment. It's time to let it go. Steffy folded her arms, her expression unreadable. And how exactly do you propose we do that? Carter gestured for them to sit. Through an ancient practice of energy alignment. Humor me for an hour. What's the worst that could happen? A journey within. Despite their reservations, Steffy and Hope sat opposite each other as Carter guided them through a series of breathing exercises. At first, the tension was palpable. Neither woman could fully relax, their competitive instincts still on high alert. But as Carter's soothing voice filled the room, they began to let go, bit by bit. Now, Carter said, I want you both to close your eyes and think of one moment where you felt truly hurt by the other person. Not angry, hurt. Hold that memory in your mind, but don't judge it. Just observe it. For Steffy, the memory that surfaced was Hope's speech about being the better role model for Kelly and Hayes. For Hope, it was Steffy's relentless pursuit of Liam even when Hope thought they were finally happy. Now, Carter continued, imagine yourself in the other person's shoes during that moment. What might they have been feeling? What fears or wounds were they acting from? The room grew silent as the women delved into the exercise. For the first time, they began to see each other not as enemies but as flawed, vulnerable individuals. A new understanding. When the session ended, Steffy and Hope sat in silence for a long moment, their expressions softening. I never realized how much pain you were in, Hope admitted finally. I always thought you were just trying to hurt me, but maybe you were just trying to protect yourself. Steffy nodded, her voice quiet. And I always saw you as this perfect, untouchable figure who had everything I wanted. But you've been through your own struggles, too. Carter smiled, sensing the breakthrough. You don't have to agree on everything, and you don't have to be best friends. But if you can understand each other, maybe that's enough. The feud healed, for now. In the days that followed, Steffy and Hope found themselves approaching each other with newfound compassion. Their conversations were still tinged with disagreement, but the underlying hostility had faded. For their families, the change was nothing short of miraculous. Liam, Ridge, and Brooke all noticed the shift, cautiously optimistic that it might last. As for Carter, he couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. His chakra experiment had worked better than he'd dared hope. Sometimes, he mused to himself, the greatest battles are the ones we fight within. And sometimes, the strongest alliances are born from understanding those battles. In the ever-dramatic world of the bold and the beautiful, it was a rare and precious moment of peace. But in true soap fashion, the question lingered, how long could it last?